talk to us about the fiasco. Now, you said you visited Texas twice or 3 times.
Twice.
But the word was you never had visited before.
I didn't before I committed.
Okay, so you didn't before.
So
you
how the
committed.
hell does that happen?
Yeah.
All right, so the week you're committing it's supposed to be like one of the most exciting times of your life, and you're just really excited for it and all of that. And everybody keep asking me if I'm ready, and I'm just saying, yeah, no, I'm not telling the truth. It's like this. It was like a dark cloud over me the whole week. I was down the entire time, and my mom noticed it and all.
For
of
real?
That. And I didn't know why. And right after official visits, coaches get like a 3-week break, and that's the only break they get for the entire year. So some coaches choose to recruit during that time, some coaches choose not to. Majority of them don't. So I was gonna go to the University of Miami. You can say they fumbled the bag, but they took their break, and then they would talk to me here and there like once a week throughout their process. And I told the head coach that I was ready, and he was like, "Great, you're on board." Boom. And then 3 days before my commitment, July 20th, he calls me and says, he texts me and says, call him. And I pick up the phone. I answer the phone, talking to him. He says, great to have you on board, but we just have some concerns, and, we need you to hang up the phone and pray for 30 minutes and call me back.
That's what the coach said.
Are you serious?
I'm like, you got to be playing with me right now, man.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
I took it.
I would say, Coach, I'm an atheist. I'm not familiar with your ways.
He's usually a high energy guy, and he seemed kind of down when he was saying it. So,
Was he like a religious guy? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just like, all right, coach, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
So I hang up the phone, I drop to my knees. I'm thinking like, all right, God told a random person to tell me to pray. I might as well just do it.
Yeah.
So I dropped to my knees. I'm saying, like, what's going on? And out of nowhere, I just start crying. I'm like, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like it was a vulnerable moment. I'm on my knees and praying, and I didn't even know what I was crying about. And my mom comes in the room. She said, son, what's wrong? I told her what happened. I said, Coach so-and-so told me to get on my knees and pray, and he had some concerns about us. And she was just like, what? You serious? I'm crying. I'm like, she's like, oh, no, not my baby, yada, yada. And out of nowhere, I just stopped crying. I wipe my face up, stand there, look at her for about 5 seconds. I said, call Coach Flood. That's the offensive line coach at Texas. I said, call Coach Flood. She's like, for what?
Mom Duke said, speak up, by the way.
Okay.
Everybody's saying speak up, by the way. He said it.
Okay. So
Give us the man voice.
I said, call Coach Flood. I keep telling her, call Coach Flood, call Coach Flood. And she's like, for what? And then I call him myself off of my phone. And I give her the phone. I say, Mom, tell him I'm coming. Tell him I'm committed. Tell him I'm committing right now. Right now. She looking at me like I'm crazy. Like,
yeah.
what do you mean you committed right now? And that was kind of history. From there, he was like, are you serious? Like, you just made my whole vacation 10 times better. Like, are you like, this isn't a joke? And I'm like, no, sir. And the reason it was Texas, it was like the school that was always in the back of my mind. Coach Sarkeesian, the head coach at Texas, and Coach Flood, the offensive line coach at Texas, were at Alabama before as an assistant coach and offensive line coach at the start of my recruitment, and they were like always communicated with me. When I broke my ankle, they were one of the only schools communicating with me consistently, even though they hadn't even offered me. And when they left to go to Texas, they offered me, and then a couple months later, I was supposed to visit, but then I got hurt at Georgia, so I wasn't able to go visit. And they just kept consistent. Like, we would have Zoom meetings talking about technique and all of that, teaching me, just looking out for me, even though he knew he thought I wasn't coming there. And then somebody mentioned Texas to my mom and myself, like, a couple weeks before my commitment. Like, nah, I can't do it. It's too late. And then all of a sudden, it just happened.
That's wild.
It was the best decision I ever made.
I think what people, because like if you're say if you're a single guy and you're dating whatever 4 or 5 women, right, and you're trying to decide which one you want to make your girlfriend, you're gonna, if you don't pick one, you're gonna end up picking one of the other 3 to 4. You know what I mean? Like, okay, she's first place, second place. Okay, if first place does something wrong, I'm gonna go with second place, third place. And it seems like you went off the grid. Like okay, if Miami was number 1 and whatever happened there happened, you kind of bypassed 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the girl that wasn't even on the reported list.
And
Bubba and I attended your commitment party, and the promo for it didn't include Texas.
You know what I mean?
There was other schools on there.
So that's what that was the big, that was the big thing on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
The reason for that is I handle my recruitment with respect the entire time. So every school in my top 5, I told them I was not coming. I told them already. I called them and let them know why. I didn't say where I was going or anything. And,
Right.
I told Michigan State that same day that Miami called me and told me that. And, everything just felt right afterwards. Like, it was a sigh of relief. Like, a cloud got removed from above me. I was happy. I was going about my days differently. I couldn't stop smiling.
That's awesome.
And coming to the commitment day, like, my mom had a green bag full of, like, Texas stuff in it that had my commitment hat in it as well. Yeah. And right before we left the house to go to the event area at Desertland, I get a bag to one of my best friends, Pudge, and I said, whatever you do, don't open it. And he could have opened it at any time and knew, but, there was a picture of him holding the bag, and it was just like him not even knowing what's in the bag. But
nice.
I mean, it was amazing, and to see the shock on everyone's faces after I committed. And I was gonna ask y'll, did I surprise you at all?
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause I was like, what? No, I don't know. I felt like, just from like talking more so to your mom and seeing some of the stuff you posted, that it was probably Miami or Michigan State was what I was thinking. And then I was surprised with Texas. I was like, where did this come from?
And I thought it was Miami or Florida, because all the times I saw you going up there. And
Miami, that's where I wanted to go. Me and my mom, we hashed it out about that, and she wasn't 100% on board with it. And I was 0% on board with Michigan State, which was a school that she would have loved for me to go to.
Yeah.
And it's just like something wasn't working. And the only school that we genuinely agreed on, all my top 5, there was no other school that we agreed on other than UF.
Okay.
And I didn't want to stay in the state of Florida genuinely.
Okay.
And the only school that we genuinely ended up agreeing on in the very end was Texas.
Yeah.
So.
That's perfect then. But when the coach calls from Miami and he's talking about we have some concerns, did he say what they were?
No. I didn't even give him a chance. He wanted me to call him back and tell him to talk about it. I didn't call him back. I called my new coach.
Oh, I just don't understand that just seems so.
Because it's like last minute. Or they're like, what do you, like, I don't know. What do you mean? Like,
that whole thing just seems so bizarre. I mean, it's just, as a professional, like, in my work life, I just can't imagine handling a situation like that. That just seems so strange to me.
Yeah, it really does.
I mean, that's crazy.
It's a lot that goes into this recruiting trail, and, it's a lot that goes on behind closed doors.
Right.
The conversations that I have with my mom behind closed doors about certain schools they didn't know about, and I don't know what they're talking about in their meetings. I don't know what.
Yeah.
In all honesty, whatever his concerns were, the rest of the staff did not know.
Yeah.
When I was talking to the rest of the staff, they was all over it.
Yeah, anybody can have concerns about anything. To me, the professional way to approach that is like, hey, I'm going to call you and I'm going to say, hey, I'm concerned about A, B, and C.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
And that's the proper way to handle it.
Yeah, that's what blows me away.
It wasn't handled the correct way, and I couldn't respect that.
Yeah.
So
I think you're 100% right on that. So you commit to go to Texas, but you hadn't been there yet.
I didn't.
Tell us about the first time that you actually got to Texas. What was it like?
I mean, I knew I didn't need to visit Texas to even know that was the right place for me, because I didn't make this decision. God made the decision for me. So in the end, I walked by faith and not by sight. So when I landed in Austin, Texas, it was just like, this place is covered by God. It really is.
Nice.
It's something about the state or the city of Austin that just comes upon you. It's a very chill, laid back city. And when I got there, it was just like this is home.
It's the place for me.
And school is smack in the middle of downtown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it was just, you can even ask my mom. It was like everything felt so right about the school, and going there and taking the visit, knowing that it wasn't any politics happening or secret meetings and all of that, because I was already
Right.
coming. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, it just felt amazing.
That's awesome. Did you meet Matthew McConaughey yet?
No, I haven't. I've seen him though.
Oh,
Well,
you
he
did?
went to Texas.
He's a huge Texas guy.
Oh yeah.
Like, he comes to a lot of games. There was a basketball game where he was in a funky burnt orange suit, and he was, I swear to God, he was on the bench. I don't know if he
saw him.
called a play or two.
I saw him, but like I was like 20 feet away from him. But you know,
Okay.
we were both on the field at the Iowa State game, and you know,
Okay.
I was definitely legs shaking a little bit. You know, a little bit nervous.
Should just give him a bear hug, man. What the heck? Give him an all right.
I know, right?
That's awesome.
So you okay. When did you learn? How long ago did Arch Manning sign to Texas?
A month before I did.
A month before you did, so you knew that. Did that play a part any kind of way?
No, not at all. But
Okay.
you know, afterwards the realization was like, yeah, you know, me and Arch, we always like throughout our entire recruitment, we tried so hard to match it up the whole Georgia.
That was my
Alabama
next
thing.
question. Yeah, what is the relationship pre, like, you know?
Right.
going
That's been one of my guys. You know,
Oh, yeah?
once you know how like
Where'd you first meet him?
online.
Oh, okay.
And you know how like NBA players and all the NFL players, once you get to a certain realm, it's like certain classification. It's
Yeah.
like those are the people that you're going
Those
to
are
be
all
around.
your guys. Yeah.
Those are the guys now. So we've always talked consistently, and we tried so hard to make our recruitment match up. Like we were looking at some of the same schools at first, and like, nah, Arch, I ain't messing with this school. All right, cool, boom. Looking at certain schools, looking at a different school, looking at other schools. So
That's pretty
and towards the end, it's like we weren't looking at any of the same schools other than Alabama. So, and once I committed to Texas, we was like, yeah, this is the spot, bro. Like,
That's it. That's good. That's good. What I was gonna say, so you're gonna graduate high school early in December and get right on to Texas
yes, sir.
before the new year.
Yeah, I'll probably. Well, we don't know if I'm moving in before the New Year's or right after the All-American Bowl. So
Okay.
So you're in the All-American game? Is that being released? No.
His
Hasn't been
hat
released?
right there. He's giving it to
Oh,
you.
oh, he's good. Okay. I hadn't seen that news. I don't know. I've
I
been
was
on social media. I haven't been.
yeah, I committed to the Adidas All-American Bowl sophomore year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so are you in any others, or if once you're in that one, you can't be in anything else? How does that go?
If you're in Under Armour, you could be in a different one, but Adidas is just the only one you could be in.
It's the only one you can
Okay.
be in.
Where's that game going to be played and when?
San Antonio at the Alamo Bowl, at the Alamo Dome on NBC January 7th at 6 p.m. I believe.
Okay. Is that one also sponsored by the U.S. Army or no?
It used to be.
Used to
They
be. Now
parted
Adidas
ways.
got it. Okay, I got you.